Welcome, beautiful souls, to the Summer Solstice Summit. I am super excited to be here. My name is Soraya. I am your guided host here for this beautiful 4-day event. We are connecting to the solar rays. We are connecting to the sun, and this summer solstice has been so powerful. We have done 3 summits this year. We have 2 more to complete this solstice cycle. I'm super excited everybody is here. Welcome. We have 2 amazing speakers today. We also have an opening ceremony, and Archangel Michael wanted to be present for that as we bring in peace. Now, the summer solstice is a great time to really tune into the frequency of the sun and truly connecting to what is possible. What is possible for us as healers, what is possible for us as students of this beautiful universe, and how we can truly set in the cycles of the universe and the cycles of Mother Earth. I've learned through this through this co-creation process with the solstices, that it brings true soul freedom and the awakening of not just our dreams, but this connection to Mother Earth and to all of her sentient beings and all of the love and the life and the beautiful experiences that we are here to cultivate. So I'm excited to be here, and we have some amazing speakers. Welcome, everybody. It's such a beautiful honor. How's everybody doing today?
Grateful.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to honored. Yes, I love that. I'm just going to keep letting people come in, and we'll just move on with the summit, and we'll stay in a good flow. We will take a break after beautiful Fernando, and then we will welcome beautiful Willow, and we will have questions after each share to anybody that would like to ask questions and to be able to connect with each speaker, and it will be super exciting. Who's ready to get started with this beautiful ceremony? Because the drum doesn't always make noise in my camera, I have pulled up a beautiful drum journey on YouTube, of course, right? So we have a beautiful, I'm going to share screen so we can hear it this time, which is much more powerful, so we can all tune in. I welcome all of you guys to share the beautiful energy. If you're guided to speak or channel or anything as we start an open sacred space, you are welcome to. This is a group beautiful ceremony, and I'm just a beautiful conduit of the divine. I'm honored to be here. Getting started. Let's get started. See if I can control it from this page. All right. Everybody's able to take a few deep breaths, really tuning into the temple of self, really connecting. Turn it up just a little if I can. Okay. I invite you to wiggle your toes. Really connecting to the body, this beautiful temple that our soul has chosen this lifetime. Thank you, body. Thank you, breath. Thank you to this 3D experience. And then we're going to call the angels and guardians of the East and beautiful Archangel Michael. We ask for you to join us today as we open the sacred space. And this beautiful Lady Mother Hawk, helping us see with the highest visions of grace and love, helping us see through our heart, helping us see through love, apart from ego, with grace and divine flow. Thank you to the energies of the East, Grandmother Hawk and Archangel Michael, connecting to the South, to the fire, to the fires within. As we step through the flames today, as we step out on this beautiful stage with this beautiful summer solstice summit, we offer beautiful homage to this space. We invite this into a vortex. We invite this into our lives as we have transformed not just ourselves, but the people around us with love, with our medicine, with our magic, with our voice. We thank you to the energies of the South. The great feathered serpent, the great phoenix, join us today as we cultivate courage, as we cultivate divine courage within us to speak upon the stages of life, to step out of the flame into our purpose, our passion, into our medicine. As we share that, as we speak that, as we also call those that are ready to experience that medicine into our vortex. We thank you to the energies of the South. And moving into the west of water, we call Great Grandmother Turtle, as she holds all 13 cycles of time, cycles of the earth, cycles of life, death, and cycles of rebirth. We ask for her to be present today as we work through our emotions, as we connect more to joy, and grace, and love, abundance, and the richness of the cycles of life, the richness of the cycles of rebirth, and the richness of the cycles of love and the connections we create in this beautiful life. Thank you, Grandmother Turtle, the energies of the West. Moving to the north, beautiful ancestors. I call a great white buffalo and great white owl to join us. The prophecy keepers, the holders of memory. We ask for you to join us today. We call forward the energies of peace. Call forward the energies of the earth. Spirits, serpents, sentient beings, bugs, love. We ask for all to be present with us today as we connect to this beautiful summer solstice summit. We connect to each other, bring forward beautiful blessings. Thank you. Connecting now to the center of our hearts and our bodies as we connect to the trees, our tree roots. We connect to the mycelia, the guardian of the earth, that flows through our temple, that flows through our body. The breath of honor for walking the sacred life, walking the sacred path. Now, Archangel Michael can join us in the sacred center. As we come together in this beautiful sacred space, I feel from all the way around the world, we call forward peace, the release of arms, release of war, the release of ego, the release of the destruction that the darkness has been in for so many eons. We call that forward through our hearts. We call forward peace. We have become peace through the storms, through the fires, through our own transformative journeys. We have become peace. So we too share this with Mother Earth. And we ask for a farm, for the tears that we've felt on this earth for far too long. Tears of the children and the mothers, the fathers and the brothers, the daughters and the sisters. As we feel, we transcend, we release, we alchemize. And we release and bring it back to peace. As we rise into the roles of leadership and love, we ask for a release of arms. We ask for the channels of peace to flow through every space of this earth that is ready, every chakra, every meridian line, both within us and around us, made clear into peace, to love, the medicine of unity, the medicine of compassion, the medicine of love. And even in the spaces where the shadow is uncomfortable, this is a space of love. Sharing the sacred space with the beautiful sentient beings of the earth, beautiful medicine, men and women who have joined us, this beautiful sacred ceremony, this beautiful sacred ceremony of peace. Lay down arms. This energy and vortex is felt far and wide. As we have stepped through the flames of transformation, the rhythms of peace, of that frequency descends as we bring the beautiful frequency around Mother Earth. Thank you, beautiful souls, for being present. Thank you for sharing your beautiful life, your love, your medicine, your teachings. All for a release. Let the energies of the peace flow through all and everyone. Let all be welcome, seen and heard, and spacing with love, forgiveness. We shut off our ego and connect to the compassion that is flowing through all things. As we connect to the love that binds us and releases us into spaces of freedom, love, unity, connection. That we see the bright light, we have come together in this space. Archangel Michael, to the guardians that walk with us, and the beautiful guides and angels that have joined us, to the guardians of the earth, this great mother, great father sky. So, bringing us today, we step through this flame, we step through our passion, let us rise on the stage of life, let us rise on the stage of life. And the medicine that is ready to pour through us. So it is. So it is. Self, pose, space, it is. Welcome to everybody that is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a beautiful honor. Thank you. That was a very beautiful experience. Thank you for sharing the sacred space as we have opened this beautiful temple, as we have opened this space with the summer solstice. What else is possible? The blessings from around the world. Thank you. And with that, we have beautiful Fernando. He has amazing things to share us from all the way in Brazil. Did you say?
I'm in Florianópolis, Brazil. Thank you, Sarah, for inviting me.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will hand it over to him. I'm super excited to hear. He is such an amazing teacher and carries such beautiful medicine in his heart, and he has some amazing things to share with us. If anybody has any questions, we ask for you to leave them at the end, and we will have an open circle talk. We can all chat and ask questions to beautiful Fernando. And yes, welcome. I will mute, and the stage is yours, fine sir.
Thank you, Saria. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, all these beautiful people who are here. Willow, Amanda, Peggy, Mandy, Bernadette, Fireflies.ai also as well. Well, you're just getting to know a little bit about me, right? Some people say, oh, he's a healer, he's a light worker. Yes, but most of all, I'm a very happy person. And I was born in this life in Argentina in 1979. And then I studied electronic engineer and became a scientific researcher. And I've been working in that field for 19 years. But all the time I was asking to my colleagues, okay, what's the purpose of what you're doing? And who is getting a true benefit from your work? I'm not even reading your papers. I'm just working by your side and I don't have a notion of what you're doing. And they said, oh, no, it's a word that I have and all of that. And that was not convincing for me. And I said to myself, is it what life is about? Is it that what life is about? What if life is about something way more exciting and way more powerful? Something that makes me feel happy and joyful all the time. And I was looking for that. Not outside of, first I was starting to look outside, but then I discovered that the true search is inside. And for anyone who is already watching this live or replay, you can remember the moments in which you really felt happy, joyful, excited. It's not from something external. It's because of something you experienced by yourself. And this is the wonderful thing. So in 2012, I just came to Florianópolis, Brazil, where I still live. It's a wonderful place. It is called the Magical Island, Ilha da Magia in Portuguese. And it is surrounded by beautiful, gorgeous beaches. And when I came here, I discovered that so many people are dying to come here. And when I told my friends, yes, I'm just coming to work in someone else, just because I had a job offer in Florianópolis. And they told me, Florianópolis, wow, that's an amazing place. And I told them, yes, it's a beautiful place. But I didn't choose Florianópolis. It's the other way around. The island chose me. I was so fortunate of that. And when I came here just after negotiation with a professor via email. I came here, signed the contract, started working as a researcher. But then I was still uncomfortable with that sensation. I was just working as an engineer, scientific researcher. I wasn't actually helping other people. I didn't feel that sensation of helping other people. That's what I actually wanted. And then I met some friends who were in the holistic world. And I said to myself, oh, let's go to some talks about that. Let's do some activities and let's find out what is going to happen after that. And that's when I discovered my spiritual mentor, the main one, Surjavan Solar, who is already he lives in a very special place, which has a mountain in the Chilean Patagonia. And that place has 360 hectares. It's a very big place, and it's a really beautiful one. And he honors the indigenous traditions. He honors indigenous roots. And I was all the time working for looking for someone who honors my indigenous roots. My parents have influence from the Spanish, Italian, and also indigenous. And indigenous is the one that most resonates with me. And when I found him that he does what he talks, I say, oh, that's someone who is congruent. It's not easy to find someone like that. Let's see what he has to teach. And I started to not only to listen, but to follow his instructions. And then I discovered this a wonderful, wonderful healing path and spiritual path, which is a path of the 4 elements, earth, water, air, and fire, that we have within and outside of us. And then I started this self-healing process, healing myself and training myself. And then in 2019, I became a coach and started to help others according to the tools that have worked for me so far. And it works so wonderful that now I'm so fortunate enough to say that over 500 individual clients have received my help, and 3,000 clients, counting group trainings and all of that, they received my help. And I'm not teaching anyone. I'm just showing what worked for me, and I'm just sharing these wonderful tools. So what I would like to share here is that's a little bit of my story, right? And what happened in this path, and this is what I want to share here, is how we can connect with our true purpose in life, and how this is part of a journey. And we don't have to know the destination of the journey. I didn't even have a notion, not even of what I am doing today. Not even 2 years ago, I had a notion of what is going to happen right now. I didn't have any idea that we would be participating in summits, in wonderful events like this one, for instance. Maybe if I had the notion that this would happen, I would say, no, thank you. I would pivot and change my career. So the source is very wise in showing us the right amount of information. And well, that's a little bit of what I did. And some gifts inherited from past lives were activated. And this is a result of the quantum leaps. So how was this possible? And how this is possible for everyone? Because this kind of shifts happened to many people I've been working with. I've just practiced the 5-step morning ritual, which is on my free ebook that Sari already has. It consists of physical exercise, very intense, for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, no more than that. Cold shower for 2 minutes. Writing the goals of the day, visualizing them already being performed, and meditating. Those 5 steps. Some people would say, oh, I'm doing something similar. It's not something similar. It's exactly this process and this step-by-step methodology. Because this was proposed by my spiritual teacher, it is supported by an ancient lineage, and those people who did exactly this process, all of them, with no exception, all of them got a more joyful sensation and a blast of energy, and in the mid and the long term, in some cases in the short term, for some very sensitive people, they get quantum leaps. I mean, different levels of consciousness. For instance, a person who trained with this, and in just 9 days, she started to feel like time stretches the double. So she feels that she can do twice the things she was able to do before this. So this is one very simple example of the quantum leap. And it is very unique for it. Very, very unique. It doesn't mean that you're going to get something like this, but you will get something similar. It depends on each one of us. Some people it takes 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months, or 10 years. It depends on each one. But what I would like to share here is that the consequence of this spiritual path is that during this process, I continued working as a scientific researcher, and I continued working as a electronic engineer, and we developed this device, this ENSA biofeedback device, which is a device that you can see. It shows a heart rate and the heart rate variability. It measures the state of peace encoded in our heart rate variability. As we all know, we can, most people say, yes, mindfulness meditation, okay, breathe slowly and deeply and follow these instructions. That's totally fine. But most people who are suffering from anxiety, stress, and depression, and according to many spiritual teachers and according to many scientific studies, there will be, or there is now, very a very large amount of people suffering from stress, from anxiety, from depression. Especially we all saw this during the pandemics. And how to solve this? Many people are taking pills, they have side effects. It doesn't solve the main cause. And most of all, it produces dependency. And most people, they just depend on taking pills. But how if I told you that you can get your own healing, you can build your own healing naturally with no side effects and in a joyful and beautiful way? And this is the most important thing, because breathing is the first thing that we do when we come here to this world. And it is the last one that we do when the time comes to leave our body here, this planet. So breathing is the key in this regard. So there are many different breathing methodologies to reduce the stress levels and the levels of anxiety and depression as well. There is in this group of breathing methodologies, and according to studies, it is more efficient to perform the right breathing pattern in comparison to mindfulness meditation. Maybe some of you or some people that you know, they talk a lot about mindfulness meditation. But how are you going to deal with someone who is already anxious and come to you and say, I don't know what to do with this? You're not going to say, oh, sit down and think about this. You're not able to do that. So the best thing we can say, okay, calm down, take a deep breath. Okay. And another one, and another one. And they say, oh, yes, now it feels better. But then it continues. This methodology is something that works so well that it has been modeled after decades, after years and decades of research, that there are mainly 3 methodologies for breathing at the right pace. There was a scientific studies, many scientific studies performed by Dr. Paul Lehrer and other scientific researchers, and they studied the yogis in India, they studied the monks in Japan and the monks in Tibet, and they said, how can you cultivate inner peace? And what do you do to cultivate inner peace? What's exactly what you do? How do you breathe? How do you feel it? And they started to perform measurements. And with no exception, they start to breathe slowly and deeply, slowly and deeply. On average, normal people, they used to have shallow breathing pattern, which is, we all know, it is not healthy, and it contributes to anxiety. And I even had a client who has had anxiety attacks. We did a 5-session protocol that I will explain you shortly. In just 5 weekly sessions, I mean, within a time frame of 4 weeks, within 4 weeks, she stopped anxiety attacks. She stopped having these attacks that she was locking herself in her bedroom. And she started to go outside, and she starts to travel in ships around the world. And she sent me a video, something similar to Titanic, and I say, wow, now, now we need Leonardo DiCaprio to join you. And she said, yes, yes, yes. I'm smiling to life because of your work, she said. I just provided the tool. And now you're going to know how it works. The main methodology that was created consists of just physical breath. That's something that was proposed by Professor Paul Leren, and he created the 5-session protocol. And you can even do this with our device or with any other biofeedback device. But the one that we have is already tested very well with this. So the client is oriented to breathe slowly and deeply. And what we measure with this device, we measure with an ear clip. That's why I have this device here. This ear clip has an optical detector and an LED. The LED produces light that reaches the optical detector after passing through this tissue. And we all know that the amount of light received by the detector varies according to the blood flow. And the heart rate is encoded in that blood flow. That is called a PPG, photoplethysmogram signal. And my background is in signal processing. So my job with this device that we developed here is to measure the heart rate in the PPG signal. And that heart rate should increase when we inhale and decrease when we exhale. And what happens in most people when they are anxious, the heart rate increases and decreases very, very little in a noisy pattern. And people used to breathe like this. I'm just exaggerating a little bit. When people feel depressed, they also have shallow breath because they tend to be like this, physically like this. And when people are stressed, they also have shallow breath. So this device helps people to say, okay, start breathing slowly and deeply. Inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds. And do this for 2 minutes. And then we do another test. Inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. And we do another test for 6 and 6 seconds, and so on. And then we find for each case which is the breathing pattern that maximizes the state of peace. And the state of peace is encoded in the heart rate variability. It is called the resonance frequency because it's the breathing frequency that maximizes the state of peace. I would like to invite you, if it is possible, Sarah, to share my screen.
Yep, it's the square with an arrow in it is the share screen.
Let me check it here. Oh. Okay, I have it here. Let me check it here. I hope everyone is already seeing this. Do you see this? The screen? I don't see you. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have here this system that is called it is a game. What's the aim of this game? First, we have the pacer, right? This is the breath pacer. When it goes up, we have to inhale, and it goes down, we exhale, okay? And for each case, we adjust the breathing rate 5 and 5 seconds, then 6 and 6 seconds. You can see it goes up for 6 seconds, then it goes down for another 6 seconds, okay? So we do this, we follow this methodology, and for each case, we measure this value, HRV, heart rate variability, which is the state of peace. In a few words, it measures how much the heart rate varies. How much the heart rate varies. If it varies very, very little, it means that our state of peace is not maximum. So we have to breathe slowly and deeply until the variation of the heart rate, and this is heart rate variability, is maximized. So I will invite you, if you don't mind, to do a 3 minutes, let's say 1 minute test, to start breathing slowly and deeply for 5 and 5 seconds. We can start now. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Follow this breath pacer, please. One last time. Wonderful, wonderful. So I would love to know who here feels calmer or a little bit relaxed or better. Who here feels like that? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Exactly. That's the aim here, is to help people mechanically. That's why recontrolling the breath is very, very simple, very easy. To help people, the aim is to use the breath to help people feel calmer. And according to the protocol by Professor Paul Lehrer and other researchers, we just guide the user to breath for this frequency, at this optimal frequency. For some people, it is inhaling 5 and exhaling for 5 seconds. For some people, it is inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 7 seconds. For other people, it's inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 7. It is very unique for each one. This device, this methodology, helps to find the optimal frequency pattern, the optimal breathing pattern. And once we do that, the aim is to train the user to continue breathing at this pace, and to ask the user to do this on a daily basis for 10 to 20 minutes. That's one of the methodologies that works for this case. But as you saw, there is no auditory stimuli. So that's why there is also another protocol that was created by the HeartMath Institute. Some of you may have heard about this methodology. They developed another biofeedback device, and they asked the user to breathe slowly and deeply and cultivate high vibration and feelings, such as love, such as joy, such as grace or gratitude. And that's a wonderful sensation, of course. Then we will do a little test about that. But there's also another methodology that is the safe and sound protocol that was proposed by Professor Stephen Porges. And he proposes to use a set of headphones and to ask the user to just listen to those recordings 10 to 15 minutes per day, roughly. And within a time frame of 30 to 60 days, they are now accustomed to their nervous system is accustomed to a new level of balance. Why? Because these audio recordings that he proposed consist of audio recordings that is filtered within the frequency spectrum of the voice, from 5 hertz up to 4 kilohertz, no more than that. There is no sound below 400 hertz, 500 hertz, and there is no sound beyond 4 kilohertz. Why is that? because many people are anxious, stressed, or depressed because they are too stimulated by sounds outside that frequency range. And because our nervous system detects any sound outside this frequency range as possible threats. So in order to make people feel safe and sound, that's why the name, they put the filter music within that frequency range. That's why it is proposed. And I say to myself, well, we created already a protocol that fulfills that has a frequency range between 500 hertz and 4 kilohertz. And we also propose a methodology that invites the user to cultivate high vibrational feelings. They don't just listen to something, because when we listen to something, we have a vagus nerve that is in the middle ear. We have the external ear with the tympanos, and within that we have the middle ear and then the inner ear. In the middle ear we have 3 little bones, and it has muscles, and the vagus nerve is connected to those muscles, and the vagus nerve transfers that information to the brain and tells the brain that we are in a safe space or we are in a threatened mode. It depends on what's a simulation. The safe and sound protocol, the aim of this protocol is to stimulate the vagus nerve and through the auditory system and tell the brain that we are in a safe space. And when people feel safe, they can do the shift, right? So what we're going to do now is a very wonderful and beautiful exercise that summarizes our methodology. The methodology that we created here combines all of these benefits, but it goes beyond that. And this is wonderful news. You will not find this methodology anywhere else on the internet, because this is something that was created here. It was co-created with the source, and the success rate is 100%. I was told to tell, no, it is 90% to make it more credible, to make it more believable. But the truth is that people who follow the instructions, they do get results. They do get results. People with high blood pressure, people with anxiety attacks, people who are feeling overwhelmed, almost with burnout, and they get benefits with no exception. With no exceptions. Why? Because we include auditory stimulation of the vagus nerve, like the safe and sound protocol, and also we invite the user to feel, to cultivate regenerative feelings as proposed by the HeartMath Institute. But also, in addition to that, we propose the creation of a specific rhythm with the drum and mantras and sound codes. They don't mean anything specific for the user, but the aim is to create an environment of safety, of feeling at home. And when people do that, they not only bring balance to the nervous system, but also they can activate their connection to the source. And that's what makes them feel at home. And there's nothing more beautiful than feeling at home. If you haven't faced this kind of situation, maybe you are going to face it now. I will do a short test with the drumming, and I'm just recording here on my phone with high quality audio in case Saria wants to share it with you, okay? So let me share here this, the benefits that we're getting here. Super Mario. Okay. We're going to measure the benefits to this system. Okay. So we can start breathing slowly and deeply and inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. You can place your hands on your chest. Feel free to close your eyes if you feel like. And just enjoy this wonderful sensation. As you place your hand on your chest, feel your own heartbeats. Feel the source of love within you. Your heart is the first organ that came to exist in this life. And it is the last one that it will work when the time comes to leave your body here. Continue breathing slowly and deeply in a connected way, using abdominal breath, enjoying this wonderful sensation. And now you can feel the right stimulation in your middle ear. And with this stimulation, the vagus nerve tells your brain that you are in a safe space. Shina Sunakaina Sarana Sunashina Salana Naina Sunashina Salana Sunashina Salana Sunasai Suni Hanaina Sina Shina Salana Sunashina Salana Sunashina Sai Sina Shina Sunashina Salana Sunakaina Salana Sunashina Saina Hunana Sunashina Salana Saina Salana You visualize yourself walking barefoot in the forest. This is a safe space. And in this forest, you feel the blessings of all the plants and the flowers around you. Breathe slowly and deeply. And from a distance, you will feel a pair of eyes looking at you. This is one of your main power animals. And this animal comes slowly towards you. It comes closer, 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 closer. And you can even touch their face. And this wonderful animal has a message for you. Delivers a very important message for you and for your mission. And then this power animal invites you to go together to a mountain or to a waterfall. Whatever comes to you is fine. And then your mission, or the next steps of your mission, it is already shown to you in front of you. Then it can come to you and you can feel its presence coming to your body at the count of 1, 2, 3, now. Take a deep breath. Enjoy this sensation. Belleza de dentro de ti. Belleza veo atrás de ti. Belleza veo arriba de ti. Belleza veo abajo de ti. Belleza veo detrás de ti. And now you can feel yourself safe, sound, this beautiful sensation of this wonderful gift of your power animal, of your mission. of the right feeling. And you can now express deep in your hearts your gratitude for this moment, your gratitude for this mission, and for all that came to you now. And when you feel it's the right time, take a deep breath, slowly open your eyes. Feel free to share in the chat if you feel like, what's your sensation? What you would like to share? Exactly. Home sweet home. Thank you for understanding what I really mean with this feeling at home. The good news is that anyone can do this. We propose a methodology to expand this technique in an exponential way. And if anyone resonates with this, let's just connect and share on how you can move forward with this. Thank you, Sarah, for inviting me here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Willow, Bernadette, Peggy. Thank you very much.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Home is a great way to describe it. I feel like a lot of, or for sure, a lot of the clients I work with, there's been such a pattern of escapism and almost a fear to return home to the body. Do you have any suggestions or any tools that you could share with those who are in that pattern of escapism or still in that space of uncomfortableness with returning home to self?
The first thing, according to my own experience, is to invite them to do a 1 or 2 minute test, as we did here at the beginning. And when they report that they really like it and they really feel more comfortable and more at ease with this, the next step is, okay, would you like to go a little bit deeper and really feel the wonderful sensation that is waiting for you? And all of the people I've been working with, they say, yes, no doubt about this. And they just feel the gentleness and the sweetness in the message, and the good intentions. And when they have the intentions to heal, okay, just do this. And if anyone is having this kind of issues, as you were stating, Saria, I would highly recommend doing at least the online training that we have of heart rate variability on conscious breathing pattern. We also have a free community of Heart Awakening, where we propose weekly practices for those who want to do this for free. Okay, no sales pitch, nothing like this, because I know that it is badly needed by most people, badly needed, and more people are going to need this kind of techniques. They say, oh, I don't have time. 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes. We all have 5 minutes. And by doing this, it works in 100% of the cases. So if this is not enough, we can chat in private and I can tell you more details about this area.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I will definitely post the Heart Awakening on the page or to anybody that requests that information. Thank you. And what was the name of the device that you are using to, and is that for sale? Can they purchase that?
Yes. We are training other people to, even at the distance, we're training with this. This is called ENSA biofeedback device, and we developed this with my business partner, Gianni Anselmo, here in Brazil. And we tested it in complete trainings in 10 people. We hosted group trainings as well, and it worked wonderfully. There was a person who was very, very stressed because she was having a test the day after that, and we just did a 3-minute test, 3 minutes, and she just said, "Oh no, I feel like another person." And I told her, "Well, now you see, you don't have experience. You did this for the first time. You come now training, and you feel wonderful." So it works in all the cases. Orienting the breath or controlling the breath is something mechanical, and it's way easier than controlling the mind. So if someone is curious about this, let's get in touch in private and we can talk about this. The first step is to do the online training with the heart coherence training level 0. Then we have other trainings, and it also includes the training with this device. People should train for 4 weeks with this, and they just do a short course with this, and then they can train others. So within a time frame of 4 or 5 weeks, they can start training others and make a good profit from this. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I loved how it related to a game. It made it a lot more playful and a lot more easy to, integrate. Would it be a good tool to use for teenagers or for family purposes?
Exactly. Teenagers, they love games, and we all love games, actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all love games, and in fact, it activates our inner child. Some people, they just go to the therapist so serious, and told them, "Why are you serious? You should be joyful. Look at the sunrise. Look at the beautiful sky. Look how healthy you are. You are just in your mind. Get out of your mind. Enjoy a little bit. Play out with some child." My 4-year-old son, Kawan, he invites me to play with him, and sometimes he tells me, hey dad, let's come play together, and let's come play, and let's hug each other." And I tell her, "Oh yes, of course I would love to hug him." And we start to play, and thanks to him, I'm more playful.
Yes, children have a way of doing that. It's so beautiful. They don't hold any fear or it's just beautiful to experience children like that.
Exactly. They just are.
They are. They do. It's beautiful. It's a reminder to really get out of that space. And why so serious? Life isn't meant to be so serious.
Yes. And even when he tells me, "Oh, that is," sometimes because he listens from some of his colleagues, he says, "Hey, Dad, I am going to die now." I tell him, "Not yet. Not yet." Some parents, they say, "Oh, how are you going to say this?" And I tell him, "Not yet. It's not the time yet." So you will see. So we don't have to make a drama out of this. Of course, setting boundaries. Yes, of course, as something like a father, we should set boundaries, and we are setting boundaries. But we don't have to take life that seriously. You see how the world is. It is how it is because so many people are serious, and they say, "No, this is the word of God," and I tell them, "Okay, and what's the play of God?"
Mm-hmm.
And some people say, "What's your religion?" And I tell them, "Okay, what's God's religion?"
Beautiful. Beautiful. I will post all of your stuff on the site for anybody that is wanting to connect to you more. And with that, I would like to open the floor for anybody else that has any questions for beautiful Fernando. What did you experience during his guided meditation?
Yes, they're too quiet.
Why so serious?
Yes, they're serious. They're sleeping. Sorry, please.
I experienced my power animal coming. That was a beautiful experience and a wonderful message. I really appreciate it. But it was confirmation for me on the work that I'm doing and where I'm at, that I'm on my path. And you answered my other question. I'm very curious about your machine. I was curious if it was for sale too. That's amazing how it can monitor the blood and the heart rate and the oxygen, and that's incredible.
Yes, and we also, I didn't show, but we also provide technical reports after each session. So we show the results and we show the measurements and the homeworks after each session for the client. So they do see what was done and what needs to be done in the next session.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yes. It's really wonderful and so powerful and simple. And anyone can do this, and anyone can train others. This is good news. Let's talk in private if you want, okay?
Yeah. Is there a website where they can just find all of that information?
I'm talking to my partner, a business partner, and he's setting up the website for all of this. And we have an Instagram, ensa.biofeedback. And anyway, we're creating our own website, because this tool is not a tool. It's not a methodology. It is not a protocol. It is a movement. We're creating here a movement of people with a new consciousness. The first step is to feel calm, balance, all of that. So many people talk about the nervous system. Of course, yes. But that's the first step, the step number 0, I would say. And then the step number 1 is to start to get to a new level of consciousness through this kind of methodology. There are different practices to connect to our higher self, to connect to our power animal, to get the right messages. I didn't tell you which message is going to come to you. You just got the message. This is the power of this. When you do these kind of practices, and we share pre-recording sessions so that you share this with your clients, and then you just monitor the progress, you will see their eyes lighting up. You will see their smiles, and they start to say, oh, now I feel wonderful. I feel totally wonderful. Last Saturday, I got a testimony from my client, and she said, Fernando, I can't believe this is already working. It's the first time in my life I start to set boundaries to this toxic relationship. First time in years. And we just did one short session. Imagine what would happen in the process, right? So it's very, very simple and extremely efficient. And this is only the first step of a movement of people who are creating a new movement of conscious people to build home here. That's my aim, to build home. My teachers say, oh yes, you just accomplish your mission, then you come back home. And I said, and what about if we start to build home? And that's my mission here. With this kind of systems, devices, and other devices we're creating, our mission is to build a new safe tribe of like-minded individuals to get prepared for the new Earth. Mother Earth is already evolving to other levels of consciousness, but we're not doing that. So we have to do that. How can we do that? There are many different tools, but this one is extremely simple. It's so simple that any newbie can do that, and people with a lot of experience, they do a lot of progress, and people with little experience, they also make progress. It's easy to use, simple to use, straightforward, and easy to replicate. This is the most important thing. Anyone can learn, and then teach to others, and anyone can teach other people who become teachers or trainers. And this movement includes preparing trainers and master trainers who prepare also other trainers. So this is our mission here. Does it answer your question?
Mm-hmm. I love how you said it's not a device, it's a movement. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why we have the free WhatsApp group for anyone who wants to just try a little bit and then just want to have a very short look at this and try for a few minutes. They can try that. They can leave the group if they want, but they can try. And if they like it, they will continue. Everyone is continuing here. I don't ask them to stay. I ask them, okay, you can do this. And if it resonates with you, you can continue on your own. And most people like it. And they come and they ask me, oh, how can I do more? How can I get more of this? And because it's really wonderful and it has no side effects. It's short, simple, practical, and joyful.
I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to add? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Amanda.
I'd just like to say thank you so much for sharing the beauty and the simplicity of the breath. It's amazing how we forget to breathe. We get carried away, like you say, in the mind, and the breath escapes us. And it's a simplicity. And I love the fact that you're creating a movement, because I think that's why we're all here, to celebrate us coming together with the passion that we have in our hearts from our own healing journeys and experiences, to create this movement, as you say, for the new earth, for our earth, and to be home, like be here now, be home, which is
exactly.
Like you say, it doesn't have to be so hard. You look at the children in their innocence and they know, and we just, with our stories and experiences, forget. So I am like, my heart is so full. It's 3 o'clock in Australia here, but I feel really energized from your share. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda. I really love your comment.
Would anybody else like to add anything? Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Absolutely just awakening, and such an honor to have you and to hear your share and to the beautiful things that you offer. That words cannot describe.
Thank you, Saria. And if anyone happens to have any question about the animal, the power animal that showed up and what it means and how to cultivate our relationship with them, they can become bigger, larger, they can become wiser, they can become whiter. But there's a whole process behind of that. But if anyone is curious about that, let's keep in touch, okay?
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And again, all of the stuff will be posted in the group if you guys would like to find every individual speaker. Also, the replay will be posted tomorrow. That way it keeps the good flow happening. With that, we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to stop the record. And we're welcome to go off camera and stretch and get water or whatever and just kind of regroup. And then we will be back here in about 5 minutes to hear beautiful Willow Green. I'm super excited. Thank you very much for everybody that came for our first speaker.
Thank you. Take care and see you later.